After we have made the duplicate layer and labeled it JFK2, we are going to invert this layer. There's several ways you can do it. Adobe always gives you options. One is Image Adjustments Invert, and that's what it looks like. And the other is Command I or Control I. So then I know it looks weird for the moment. We're going to change from normal to vivid light. And then we are going to go here to Filter, Other, and do the high pass. We're going to set the high pass at about we want it a little blurry, so it's going to be different for different pictures. You don't want to have too much of this orange stuff because of course you're stuck with it if that's there. So I'm just going to make it so it's just blurry, and you can see that it makes his face look smoother because it's kind of blurred. Okay, I have it at 5.4. I'm not worried about how weird his gums look or anything just yet. Okay, so for our next step, we are going to use a layer mask. Layer masks are great to use in Photoshop. They preserve the original layer and let you make changes so that if you ever decide you don't want those changes, you can undo them. If you wanted part of a document to be in black and white with just a little splash of color, a layer mask would do it. So this over here, the little camera icon or rectangle with a circle in the middle, is the layer mask. When you apply a layer mask, black conceals and white reveals. So I have the black set up here in my color swatches in the Tools palette. So I make it, add a layer mask, and it's all white, but I want it black. So there it is. So you can't see any of those changes we've done with the airbrush effect. So the rest of him is all crisp and sharp, but I want to now reveal his airbrushed look. So to do that, I'm going to take the paintbrush, and remember, white reveals, black conceals. So I have everything concealed. I'm going to change the swatch to white with the paintbrush on. I'm going to put the flow down just a bit and make my brush a little larger. You can experiment with this. And then you go ahead and paint over the parts of his face you want to look smooth, or smoother. You don't want to do the lips or his teeth. That looked really strange on our airbrush thing, and definitely not the hair. The hair is good as is. So you want it to look realistic, but you know, we're giving him a little bit more polished look. Now I'm going to do the neck down here, and there it is. So that is how you do. I would not do too much of the lip or nose, but if you want to do a little, you see how my brush size is like this? If I press the brackets, it makes it go a little bit smaller. So if I wanted to make a little bit of smoothness in here, I could experiment with that. Okay? If I was on this layer and painting, it would mess things up. So you want to make sure once you make your layer mask that you highlight it over in the layers window. That's super important. Anyway, remember, if you make a mistake, use your history window, go back. And then once you're done, you can save him as a JPEG to submit. File, save as. You don't have to save for the web. It's just a little mini project, and we'll do a JPEG. You see mine was recovered because my computer kept crashing. So I'm going to cut out the recovered and put it in my photoshopping, and there I have it. It says it already exists, so I'm just going to do JFK1 just because I'm not sure what the other one is in there. And there I have the airbrushed effect on JFK. So he still looks pretty natural and good, but a lot of those flaws have disappeared.